Well, back working on the brush cutter here. Got my pump, my gearbox. My pump just came in the mail. 14 spline internal with the mounting flange here. So I guess step one is to make sure that those two jive together. And they do. That shaft slides right in. All the bolt holes line up, which I apparently can't show you on camera. There we go. Bolt holes line up. That thing's going to be heavy with all that put together, so I'm going to put the gearbox on and then put the pump on after. So the gearbox went right down in. That's the, it's a 1 to 1.93 ratio, so it speeds up the pump almost times 2. And my pump is, I want to say, like 300 RPM. So times 2 would be 600, so 540 if you're not ripping at full throttle is my math. But my bolt holes all line up on this, so we'll get this thing bolted down and then we'll throw the pump on. Alright, I got the pump, or the gearbox mounted down. Now I'm going to put the pump on, and I got to figure out the orientation so my hose lines are facing up. But I also need to look into whether or not that can be a case drain. I don't see why not, but maybe somebody can tell me in the comments. Let's get it thrown on. Alright. Pump and gearbox are mounted. Now I need to reposition this thing and see if I can get the stump jumper on there by myself. So basically what we've got going on here, this is a 2-inch 15 spline tapered shaft, which I guess is the standard for larger horsepower brush cutter gearboxes. Then on the bottom we get a castle nut and a Carter key. So I'm going to try to put the stump jumper up in here and get the nut on by myself, and if I accomplish that, you'll see it right about now. So that freaking thing is heavy, but I got it up on there. It needs to get sucked up farther. Put an impact on this so I can suck it up farther and get the Carter key in. But my next step is going to be pulling these plugs out and going to the hydraulic shop, because the fittings right here do not match the fittings on the new one. So I'm just going to have some new hydraulic lines made, and I'm just going to keep this the way that it is, because this spline being a 6 spline PTO shaft, like standard PTO shaft, I can buy any like 3-point brush hog, well, I have a brush hog, but a 3-point snowblower, any 3-point PTO attachment for a tractor, and I should be able to put a drive shaft right between this pump and that gearbox. So I'm actually working on making a retrofitting my Fisher snowplow for the skid steer. So I've got gonna go something like that so I can mount the blade from the Fisher snowplow. But that's another, they had too many projects. That 99 projects, dude, like, he picked the best channel name because that's like life around here for a lot of people. But yeah, we're on to the hydraulic shop. I'll get everything tightened up good. I really just wanted to make sure it was all gonna jive and go together and spline and, you know, do everything the way it should. But once we get it all put back together and get some hydraulic lines on it, we'll get it whipping, and I'll make another video of cutting some brush. So subscribe. Then we got to figure out why that thing is stuck in second gear, high speed. If you know anything about Kubota excavators, the green light stays on and just gets brighter when I hit the button, and it will not come out of high gear, which is a project. So like, subscribe, comment, peace.